Danny girl, you supposed to be popping bottles, not talking to them. Honey, go get some help. Hey, 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 welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Shar and I'm your recap auntie. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I know I'm a little late, but I had a show that started. You already know it went well. I'm really thankful and happy for that. So today we are talking about I'm doing your Mumu review of Beyond the Gates, episode 15, Friday's episode. I'm a little behind. So it was all right. I mean, it's all right. It was all right. It's gonna be a little short, but it was all right. So, um, we open with Nicole and Kat is back, baby. She's back from her trip wherever she was, and she wishes that she could have been there. But Kat, we could tell that Kat has a date. She has on this robe. She's at her mom and them house. She looking at her mama like, "Don't you got to go to the grand's house, the granddaughters and the grandmama's house?" And Nicole was like, "Why you rushing me?" She said, I know you got something planned. And so we figured that out. So we know that I figured out his name. Of course, they said it on the show. Tomas. Tomas is coming over, but she never tells her mom that Tomas is coming over. So Tomas is the young man that works at Bill's law firm. I guess he's an associate lawyer or something like that. So she tells Kat that he tells Kat. So he finally comes over because Nicole leaves and goes to the hospital. Nicole stays in the hospital. And so he comes over and he tells Kat she looks incredible and that someone named Eva just let him in, and she rolls her eyes. And he gives her a bottle of wine. But wine, I mean, I don't want to do that, because I don't want them. If you're going to Prosecco, whoever who this is, Viagra, Via Ray. What is this Lisa Ray's thing? Whoever this is, I wanted to use this as just, a little prop. I haven't opened it yet, as you can see, but I will. um, he brought her a bottle of wine, and wine was the really constant theme in this particular show today. Very constant. And so she said, "Oh, that's so sweet." So she tells Tomas that she hopes that Eva was on her way out when you ran into her. She tells him that Eva is just there filling in until the real deal heals, talking about Laura, till she heals. But till that day, we have to deal with and be stuck with evil as Eva. Like, you right about that, baby girl. So Kat tells him that she don't trust Eva and that her mom is good at seeing the best in everybody, even those who don't deserve it. And so Kat says that her place is way too small, so they're there at her parents' house. So she's prepared this wonderful, what is it, escargot, whatever it was, usual, whatever it was, something fancy at her house since they will be since her parents will be gone all night long. I said, "What you finna do, Kat, with Thomas? What you finna do, boo? You better not be up in your mama and dad's bed doing it, okay?" So, Kat says, of course, her place is too small. She said her place looks like a matchbox or something. What did she say? Her place it's very small. Her kitchen is very small. So, they do a toast and they drink some wine. She asks him, what is it like working for Bill? So he gives this long list of things, whether Bill is this or that. Either he's a brilliant lawyer or he's heartless and have issues with forgiving people. But he gave some more stuff, which is true about Bill. Bill has issues. So Kat says that she just wants to hear all of the juicy the tea that you have to have about Bill. So he really didn't. So they enjoyed dinner. She is wearing this really cute little put on your red dress. Oh, go ahead, Kat. So she says they have a little small talk about how much they enjoy their date. She says, well, to make this a more well-rounded date, it has to end with a kiss. I said, "Oh, okay." So Tomas says, who says that we have to wait until the end? And they kiss. He looked like he's a very gentle kisser. It was very sweet to watch them. So Kat tells him that it looks like you got something on your mind, boo. He reminded her, remember you told me that we were having dinner here at your parents' house because your kitchen was as big as a stamp, like stamp is small. And he wants to know, how big is your bed? She said, you'd be surprised. Oh, I got my laptop, y'all, just in case. I don't be looking down. My auntie's memory is kind of. So he said, I like surprises. She said, not tonight, boo, not tonight. It's like, oh. She said, I got a little confession to make. And then she tells him that I've never ever. He was like, never ever? She said, mm-mm, never, ever, ever. I've had dates with people, but I've never ever. So baby girl is a virgin. I said, oh, cat, that's so sweet. So he says it's really surprising to me because you come off, she said, yeah, looks could be deceiving. And because she's very confident, she owns the room wherever she is. She's very, very confident, and he's very surprised. And he was like, "Well, I have a question, if you don't mind me asking." She says, "I'll let you know what I want you to know." So what's the question? He was like, "Why haven't you?" She said, "I'm just waiting for the right guy at the right time. That's all." And that was it. That was it with them. I thought that was really sweet. So we have Nicole is on her way to the Duprees. Ashley is taking care of Derek while he's recovering in the hospital. This might be a little flip flop. We see Anita and Vernon enjoy a relaxing evening. Danny walks in now with this bad low cut. That thing was bad jumpsuit. It was like, of course, she's wearing her diabolical black. We all know that when somebody wears their diabolical black, it's about to be some bullshit. Okay. I know that Nicole had hers on, but Nicole is nice. At least for now. I feel like Nicole's gonna turn. She's a psychiatrist, remember? So I think that she has that capability of, turning things out and turning desks over and shit. I just feel it. With the little bit I saw, little sneak peek for next week, I feel like she can do that shit. So but Nicole, Danny's thing was like her chest was out, girl. Girl, as heavy as I am, I couldn't pull that off, girl. You did that, Danny. You did it. She tells them she has some business, and so Danny can't stay. It's keeping her away from their weekly meal. I guess they have a weekly Dupree meal every Sunday, and but she doesn't tell her family about her business. She says that her business is her business and her own, period. So Nicole asks if her business that she needs to attend have anything to do with Bill and Haley, and Danny was like, out of sight, out of mind. Them big old eyes. So Nicole tells Danny that Naomi told me that she caught your ass looking through the photo dumps of their social media. What the fuck is going on with you? So Danny is mad at Naomi that she told Nicole. And Nicole is like, we are just concerned about you, sis. That's all. So Danny says, no business, no, the business does not pertain to them at all. Just lying through her teeth. Girl. She calls them the Shamiltons. My business has nothing to do with the Shamiltons. I guess Sham and Hamilton Sham. I thought that was cute. So she's locking in a designer for one of Chelsea's shows that's coming up. Of course, Chelsea don't want a model no more. She want to make purses, but she ain't tell her mammy that. She need to tell her. Chelsea, stop waiting around. Go and tell your mammy that you don't want a model no more. That you want to be a designer, not a model. I think your mammy be just fine. She might be. I don't know. But before she leaves, she tells Nicole that the video that oh, sis, the video that Andre made of you and Ted and the family was wonderful. He knocked that out the park, sis. That nephew of yours, honey, he got a gift. He has a real special gift. Yeah, we know he been giving her that pound package. What gift you talking about, Dan? Hmm? You're not talking about pictures. I know you talking about p p you know what I mean though. So she leaves and Nicole stays for a little bit. So Nicole is sitting on the side looking like she got a lot on her mind. So Vernon tells her, like, girl, you mighty quiet over there. Anita says, she's in deep thought. Let her cook. It's like, Anita, you know I love you, girl. You know I love you. So Nicole tells them, am I the only one who doubts about Danny in this business meeting that she finna have? And Anita was like, wow, we shouldn't believe her. And Nicole is like, well, just a few days ago, she was packing heat at her ex hubby's wedding. She said she moved the fuck on, but then she stalking them on social media, looking at Bill's Italian honeymoon. That don't look like it's crazy to you. So Nita's like, I guess it's too much to hope for that she has gotten past it, like she said. And Nicole was like, after decades of a long marriage and complete betrayal, not likely, mama, not likely. So Vernon says she might be carrying a torch for that man, but at least she's not carrying a gun. I said, you better, Clifton, you better say that. So Anita was like, amen, thank God for that. So Vernon says, besides, how would she start trouble even if she even how would she even start that trouble even if she wanted to? Bill and Haley are thousands and thousands of miles away. So Nicole was like, yeah, I guess you're right. So Vernon just tells her, just calm down, baby girl. Danny has learned her lesson, I promise you. And honey, they have this cook. Her name is Rowena or Romina, whatever her name is. Now, we never see her, but if you need for me to come out and be Rowena, I can. Just call me. That's it. Remember, I'm an actress. Rowena, I can, I can talk like I do, like I have another accent, and I make your apple strudel, whatever you need for me to do. I'll be Romeo. Just get me a nice size 16 outfit, or an XL, whichever it is, and I will put on a wig. I sure will, and yeah, whatever you need. Okay. So we see Nicole on her phone, and she needs to go to the hospital. She leaves. So Vernon hugs. Oh, he hugs Anita and says, lucky me, I'm going to be tonight. Look, I'm starting with dessert. There ain't nothing sweeter than that. I said, yes, you better talk that shit. Yes. So they tease one another and talk about Danny being her child. No, that's your child. No, that's your child. And so Vernon was like, she's so unpredictable. So that was pretty much the end of that. Well, yes, end of that pretty part a little bit. We'll come back to what happens at the very end. So we see Danny, who girl. Danny shows up at Bill and Haley's house with a big fucking box, gift box, and she sees their welcome mat name on it, the Hamiltons or whatever it is, and someone grabs her by the shoulder when it comes back from the commercial break. It's George, the groundskeeper, the security guy, and he scared the shit out of Danny. She's like, "Oh God, George, you scared me." So he was out just doing his rounds, and he noticed that she was coming up their driveway, and he tells her that Bill and Haley are like on vacation. She's like, Bill, it's okay. George, it's okay. You can say honeymoon. He's like, I'm just, I'm just trying to make sure I respect you. She said, no, I understand. So she said, I brought them a wedding gift, and he tells her that he saw her when he pulled out the pow pow at the wedding. So she reassures him like, there's nothing to worry about, George. And he's looking at the box. She's like, you looking at this box like I have a pow pow in it. She said, I don't. It's a bomb. And damn God was like, what the fuck? So we come back from the commercial break. She said, George, I'm just playing with you. I'm just joking. She says, I want a fresh start. She wants to give them something so that they know how she feels about their union and something that they will never forget. So she wants him to give her the code so that she can get in so that they when they return from the honeymoon, it will be the first thing they see. And he tells her that if he does that, I'm gonna lose my job, right? She's like, "Oh, George, you know me all well, at least half my life, and I'm just really just trying to move on, and I would never do anything wrong. I'm promise, please, do." I was like, "Girl, Danny, you and damn Leslie sure know how to put on y'all acting jobs." So she just smooches up to him and talks so nice and oh George, can you help me? And telling him that he's practically family and please 83942. I think he was like this bottle. The thing was coming up like this. And so he gave her the code. She's like, oh, thank you. It's our little secret. I won't tell nobody. I promise. Like, girl. So he gave her the thing. So she finally make her hips all in there and just acting a fool. She gets in the house. She sees the camera. She puts the code in that he had for the camera. Turns off the camera. So she says that Bill should have changed the password. Old dog, new tricks. And she says the gift. She takes the gift and goes into the living room area where her and Haley had the conversation before. She's whistling. Here comes a bride. And she takes the gift into another room. So at this same time, we see that the Hamiltons are on their way back. Bill cut the trip short for some client. Bill came back so he could put the marriage even start even quicker in Danny's face. I know that. So Bill claims that he needed to come back early. And he says, "How do I get this lucky?" She tells him that it's okay, baby. I get it. So she says, "You have a wife who loves the law and who loves her husband just as much. Who, wait a minute, let me say that again. She says, you have a wife who loves law just as much as she loves her lawyer husband. He was like, "You are incredible." They was real. It was just too soppy. I just didn't. It looks so awkward. I mean, they have sex appeal and chemistry. Like I said, I'll watch, but I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It just, you know. She just says, just because we cut the Italian honeymoon short doesn't mean that we have to cut it off. We can just continue it on Marigold Road, babe. He says, like, cool idea. That's cool. Fine with me. Then she says, that gives them more time to make that beautiful house into your dream come true. So, yeah, she says all this stuff. Let's go back down some more about all the bullshit. So Bill and Haley are still in the limo, reminiscing about their honeymoon and what she liked best. And she tells him about some scary place with some scary mass. And he says the name of the place is some type of Italian word. I will not try to say it because I don't want to butcher it. But that is another, thing, lesson learned that we learned about in this show. They give us little nuggets, like real, true words and places that we can look up in constellations. They really do teach us in this show, and it's an interpretation, which is means that it's the mouth of truth, and you don't want to put your hand in the mouth of that statue. And she lets out a big, oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. She lets out this big laugh and she tells him, I was scared. What if he bit off my hand? He says the legend says that if you put your hand in its mouth and lie, then it will chew it off. And he says that that would never happen to you because you are the most truest and most honest person I know. And blah 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 blah. Blah. What's your favorite part, babe? He says his favorite part, aside from being alone with her, was cashing in on that promise she made on their wedding night. I'm going to assume that it was a go, unless she put that prostate exam. And he said, "Girl, where did you learn to do that?" She said, "Oh, I read, but never had a chance to try it. Something I read about, but I never had a chance to try it until now." So she's asked, "Did you enjoy it, honey?" He was like, "Hell yeah." I can't wait to get home to experience it again. She's like, "Well, why do we have to wait?" And he like, "What?" She is like, "The limo, that window comes up a little bit. It can't come down. And this limo is soundproof, right?" He said, we'll keep it, the way it need to be. And they fuck right there. Side note, Haley mentioned twice, and then he also mentioned that she does not like to take chances. Girl, yes you do, because you took a chance on Bill, and you was a best friends with the daughter, and then you knew the mammy. So yes, you do like to take chances. Stop lying. So we get back to Danny. Danny's at the house, and she's talking to a bottle of a French word, 1992 bottle of wine. That wine. I told you it was a very very constant presence. It had a role. If y'all can give a bottle of wine a roll, baby, give me one. So wearing her black honey, you already know. So she opens up the bottle of wine and drinks their wine. It was like a gift. I think that bottle was like $1 million, she said, or it was high. While looking crazy and smelling the cork, and she's drinks it straight from the bottle. She don't pour it in a glass, nothing like that. So she drinks the entire bottle while talking to Bill and Haley's wedding picture and telling, just saying what she don't know who is worse, the ex or the viper. They both can share her venom. So she turns the wedding picture over and then she slams the bottle down on the picture. So when you look at it, it's cracked. So we go back to Bill and Haley. He had an amazing limo fuck, and she tells him that he had his share of. You've had your share of the run of the mill vanilla, and there's nothing wrong with having a little rocky road to keep you on your toes, girl. Okay, so we just go back to Danny. She talks to the bottle, telling it that she was too good, that bottle was too good for him, and show was her. And she takes a nap right there on their couch. They're almost halfway there from their honeymoon. I feel like that the guard is gonna like catch her and take her out of there, like carry her home or something. So this is a little blurb of Derek and Ashley. Andre shows up at the hospital to see Derek because there's a newspaper person who wants to do an article on him saving doing whatever happened in the house. The house. He was in a house fire. Remember, I skipped over that. He was in a house fire. Roof collapsed. He almost died. Blah blah blah. So Derek is a little uncomfortable about taking pictures because Andre wants to take pictures of them, but you could tell on the picture proofs that Andre was looking over his camera that he didn't like it. He don't like Andre. So there's a knock on the hospital door because Andre leaves. Ashley is there. Knock on the door. This little black lady. She's just a sweet older woman. She thanks Derek for what he did, saved her baby. And we found out the baby is a little pussy cat. It's a little pussy cat. It's so cute. So she says, the lady was like, I'm looking for this man, and Ashley's like, well, this man is taken. And that lady said a great line. She said, I don't want to keep him. I just want to thank him for saving my baby's life. And he's looking like, oh shit, or he doesn't remember much. So the lady pulls out her pussy cat and then Derek saved. And at the same time, Andre's in the lobby. He looking over the pictures that he took of Derek and Ashley, and he can see that Derek doesn't look good on his face. There's something there. Nicole shows up. He shares the pictures of the gala with Nicole because she was wondering what he was looking at. So she was like, "Okay, I want that one in my office, and the other ones you can just send me later." It was her and Ted. They look good together. So they briefly talk about Eva. Nicole tells his hot ass to keep his hands off of Eva because she's sweet and she's smart and indispensable and they don't need no more broken hearts. I'm like, okay, we all know that Andre knows how to break hearts. And he tells her that Eva's just a friend, but his attention and desire is somewhat was with someone else. They immediately show Ashley talking to Derek again, asking him questions about the chief. Now come to find out that right before he went in to save the cat, the roof was almost collapsing. So you're supposed to wait until the chief fire person tells you to go in. If they know that the roof is about to collapse, they don't advise you to go in there because you could die. Well, it looks like Derek did it on his own without, consulting with his chief, and he almost died because the roof collapsed. That's not cool. So he didn't tell Ashley that, so she was pissed about that. She said, earlier she said to Derek, like I said, that it was nice of Andre to tell his friends about the article that you could do, and isn't that nice, Derek? And Derek was like, if you say so. So she reminded him again, like, look, I asked you earlier about whether or not, did you think it was nice that Andre said what, did what he did for us? And you say, if you say so, I want to know what the fuck you meant. And he was like, it's nothing. I promise it's nothing. She's like, okay. She had a page, so she had to go. She was in the hospital. So Derek has this dream. I knew it was a dream. He was dreaming, and he dreamed that Ashley had walked in there and told him that she loves Andre and she don't want to be with him no more. And they're going to live together. And they're going to buy a kitty cat, and they're going to live happily after ever after. So, yeah, Ashley, yeah, live happily ever after. She says, and then Andre, she was looking. Well, Ashley went to the lobby and saw Andre, and Andre was looking over the videos, and he was like telling her, how much of a beautiful person she is, and she looks amazing, taking pictures. And Andre's like, yeah, well, you are amazing. He reached in to kiss her, and she's like, Andre, stop it! You want to kiss me? No, that wasn't quite the end. The end was when we saw Danny falling asleep on the Hamiltons' couch. So yeah, it was all right. I mean, for a Friday show, it was all right. I mean, yesterday was better. Did y'all like my outfit? Told y'all I was going. It was a gala. What y'all think I was going to do coming on this camera? Huh? It was a gala, but it was all right. I mean, I don't. Well, we do see next week that the same outfit that Danny had on, that her and Haley will be having a conversation. So maybe they will catch her there on the couch and cuss her out. And it's like Danny wants to go back to jail. That's you just come on somebody. What is it called? Invasion of property. You can't come on somebody's property when it's not your own. Yeah, it used to be your own, but you ain't no Hamilton no more. Remember, you clearly told George, the security guard, is this Danielle Dupree, is Danny Dupree. It's not Hamilton anymore. And you've lost your mind. But Bill has opened up that gate. I can promise you that he only came back early from his Italian honeymoon because he thinks that the Duprees are going to be doing something while he's gone to disrupt his law firm, make him lose his business. Something. It's something. That's the only reason why he came back. The client is himself. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. He's the client. It's him. So yeah, I'm ready for them to come back so we can get some stuff started. And so we can get see some drama and see that crazy ass Leslie. So I should be back on schedule. I'm finished with my shows. I have two more. I have two more shows. But I should be back on schedule so I can really post the show the day of. And then I might be off a little bit more, and then I'll be back on schedule for a while. So hopefully you enjoyed this. It was all right. Like I said, it was all right. Friday in. I've seen better Fridays, but again, I'm staying sticking in with the long haul, baby. I love this show. I really do. It's a really great show, and I'm really happy that I picked it to review it from the beginning because most shows they've already started years ago, like these reality shows or anything else, like scripted shows. They've been started, but this is one of the ones that I'm jumping on at the very beginning, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. So now they just gotta add me on there, add me on. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for coming. I am your recap Auntie Shar, and let me get this updated and edited and put together so you can enjoy my recap. Y'all take it easy. Be blessed. Love you. Bye.